Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another meal plan and grocery haul video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kristi. I'm currently following the WW Blue program, but I do provide the points for all three programs on my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a very, pretty small grocery haul this week, which I'm surprised since I actually didn't even do one last week. I'm just trying to really make do with what I've got in my house these next couple weeks before Thanksgiving. So trying to clean out some of the things that I already have. So just a small one this week. So I'm going to start with the grocery haul and then I'll move on to the meal plan, show you what I plan on this week. This grocery haul was from Walmart grocery pickup, and the total I spent this week was only $95. So less than $100 on my groceries this week. Down here at the end, I got some peas. I actually, if you notice, I got two different kinds. I got Bird's Eye and then Great Value. So the reason I do that is these peas, the Bird's Eye, are our favorite. We love those just to have as a side dish, regular peas as a side dish. The Great Value ones, I just don't care for those as a side dish, but the Great Value ones are perfect for in recipes. So I've got a recipe that I'm going to be having some peas inside the recipe. So that's why I get the Great Value kind for those. I got some mini cucumbers, some broccoli, blueberries, mushrooms, unsweetened applesauce. Also got some garlic and a lemon. And I think that's it for 0 Point fruits and vegetables. Yes, that's it. I also got a couple things of eggs. These are 0 on blue and purple and 2 points on green. I got some Velveeta shreds. I got Mexican and 2 of the original. I actually thought that I was getting one. I thought one of these was Velveeta slices. I meant to get one of the shreds and one Velveeta slices, but I guess I ended up with 2 of those. But that's okay. They'll get used up. And then these are 2 points for 1/4 of a cup, or 1 point for 1/8 of a cup. Stocked up on our snack pack chocolate pudding. This is a sugar-free. This is our absolute favorite snack to have. I think I need to get stock or have Snack Pack sponsor me or something. I got some chopped 50 orange juice, which I was pretty surprised because usually when we do the Walmart grocery pickup, they for some reason cannot find this. They don't keep, in our store, it's not, this kind is not kept with the other orange juice. It's kind of like in the middle of the aisle over by the cheese. So sometimes they can't find it. But this is our favorite kind, and this is 50% less sugar. It's 3 points for 1 cup, or if you want to just have a half a cup, then it's only 1 point. I also needed some more Marsala wine for a recipe I'm making. That scans out at 1 point for 2 ounces. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's what it said. When you cook with alcohol, it cooks the alcohol out of it. So you're not actually getting any alcohol content in you. But if you're more comfortable when you make recipes, usually they sell cooking wine right in, like, I think it's like in the vinegar type aisle. There's cooking wines. They have like sherry, Marsala, all different kinds. I also got some picante sauce. Anything that usually calls for salsa, a lot of times I get picante sauce just because it's not as chunky as salsa. I don't really care for my salsa real chunky like that. Personal preference, and that's 0 points. I got some strawberry Smucker's jelly. This we usually have just in the house for when we're going to have our grandson. This is 3 points for 1 tablespoon. Also got some of the Cabot extra sharp cheese, 4 points for 1 ounce. Some unsweetened almond milk, that is 0 points for a half a cup or 1 point for 1 cup. Our sugar-free French vanilla creamer. For this kind, you can have 49 milliliters for 1 point or 82 milliliters for 2 points. So I usually have 2 cups of coffee. So what I just do is split up that 82 milliliters into 2 cups. So I try to aim for around 40 milliliters in each cup. I also got some boneless, skinless chicken breast and some chicken thighs. These are 0 on blue and purple. For green, you can have 5 ounces for 1 point, or you can have 1.5 ounces for 0. And then the chicken thighs, of course, are points on all. So those are 2 points for 3 ounces. And then got some of the sugar-free bread that we use. This is sugar-free life, and this is a true 1 point for 1 slice and 2 points for 2 slices. And finally, the Joseph's Lavash bread. So usually I use the Olay Extreme Wellness wraps for like anything that calls for like wraps, like quesadillas or wraps or anything like that. So I thought I would try these, and it said you can have half of one for 1 point. But I thought, well, let me scan it and see what you can have for the whole thing. It's only 2 points, and these things are giant. They are huge. So I thought these would be great on like homemade pizzas. So let me know in the comments, have you tried these for pizzas? I'm wondering if they're kind of like when you use the Olay Extreme Wellness Wraps for pizza, if you put the sauce on there, it kind of makes them a little bit soggy. So I'm wondering if you've tried these, how these hold up. Usually what I do in that case is I just don't put sauce on them, and then we kind of dip it. Like if we make, you know, homemade pizzas, and we just kind of dip it in the sauce. So I'm really excited to try these. 2 points for that whole entire thing. I do also have a 32 pack of water out in the garage that I didn't show on this. And I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's it. So now let me show you what I'm planning on for a meal plan this week. All right, everyone, so here is what I'm planning on for this week. And just because somebody will always ask me every week, these meal plans are actually ones that I made myself, I put together. In fact, the background on this is actually a farmer's market haul that I did one time. I just used that as a background. So these are on my website, planningushealthy.com. I'll put a link down below, and they're free printables. You can print them out. There are a couple meal plans. There's a Monday through Friday one, and then one like this that's Monday through Sunday. There's also one like this that's Sunday through Saturday. I also have a shopping list one, and also like to-do lists and a recipe card, things like that. So you're welcome to go to my website and download those. I'll put the link down in the description box below. So for breakfast this week, I'm planning on doing breakfast brownies. I've actually been kind of eyeing a brownie recipe for a couple weeks. I did one a long time ago, and it was okay, but it wasn't the greatest. This one is made with oatmeal, so I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited to try this one. This is gonna be 6 points on blue and green, and only 1 point on purple. And then my coffee is 2 points. I have 2 cups of coffee every morning, and I use 2 generic Splendas in it, and also the Coffee Mate French Vanilla Sugar-Free Creamer. And then that will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you're new to my channel, I do breakfast and lunch for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for my husband and I. And then later in the week, I don't like to prep that far out, so we usually just do something easy later in the week, like a wrap or a sandwich or something. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for breakfast, and then Thursday I'll do a bacon, egg, and cheese muffin, where that's just super easy. I just do it in the microwave. That's 5 points on blue and purple, 7 points on green. Friday, I'm going to do a BECHAFFLE. I'm going to try and eat light Friday morning for breakfast and lunch because we're going to be going out for dinner that night. So the BECHAFFLE is 1 point on blue and purple and 3 points on green. And the weekends, I don't normally plan the weekends, but I'm kind of playing around with some things. That's not set in stone. Usually on Saturdays we do a big breakfast, and when I say a big breakfast, I don't mean a big point breakfast. I just mean a big breakfast, like eggs, toast, potatoes, Canadian bacon, things like that. And we usually make it so that it lasts through breakfast and lunch. So we'll eat it usually, it's kind of like a brunch, I guess you could say. For lunches this week, I'm going to do chicken quesadillas. So I did breakfast quesadillas a few weeks back and never realized that I've never done chicken quesadillas for meal prep. I don't know why, because we eat chicken quesadillas. Actually, chicken quesadillas are like one of our weekend. Sometimes we'll have that on the weekend. So I'm going to plan on that for this week. That's going to be 5 points on blue and purple, 8 points on green. That is subject to change. As with any of the recipes that I'm sharing on my meal plan, sometimes they'll change when it comes to meal prep. I might add in different ingredients or something. So this is just what I'm planning on right now. And then that will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday for lunch and Friday for lunch, I'm going to make chicken salad. I have a couple cans of chicken in my pantry, so I'm going to do chicken salad. Thursday I'll do it on lettuce, and then Friday I'll do it in a wrap. So 3 points on Thursday, 4 points on Friday, and I will have some cucumbers with some light Italian Olive Garden dressing with that. And then for my dinners this week, normally on Mondays I do salmon, but this week I'm not doing salmon. I'm actually going to do some cod. I have a bunch of cod in my freezer, and I mentioned that I'm trying to go through my pantry and freezer and use some of the stuff up. So I'm going to do crispy baked cod with cheesy potatoes and roasted broccoli. That's a really good recipe. And that is 8 points on blue, 5 points on purple, and 10 points on green. Also, all the recipes that I'm showing here will be linked down in the description box below as well. Tuesday night, I'm going to do air fried breaded pork chops. This is a skinny taste recipe. Those are 7 points on all programs. I'm going to have that with rice for 3 points and cucumbers for 0. If you're on purple and you use brown rice, then your rice would be 0. So all you'd have to count for dinner that night would be the pork chops. And I may change that on the cucumbers since I'm going to be having it for lunch Thursday and Friday. We may end up having something else that night for a vegetable. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll do like peas or something with it. Wednesday night, Sloppy Joe casserole. I did look back and I had Sloppy Joe casserole on a dinner menu a few weeks back, but we didn't end up having it that night. Like I said, sometimes things come up and we end up swapping things out. So I probably didn't make the Sloppy Joe casserole that week for whatever reason. So we're gonna try it again this week. And that's 6 points on blue, 4 points on purple, and 6 points on green. And then Thursday night will be leftovers because that makes quite a bit. So I'll have the leftovers Thursday night. So again, that'll be 6 points for me on blue, 4 points on purple, 6 points on green. And like I said, Friday night we're going out to dinner. Hopefully it'll be a place that I can very easily stay on track. And then I think Saturday and Sunday we're going to be doing homemade burgers and potato wedges and then barbecue chicken. For snacks this week, the basics. We're trying to cut back a little bit on our snacking at night, so we're just going to be doing blueberries, pudding for 2, and popcorn, which I don't know why I wrote 0. Popcorn is actually only 0 on purple. It's 3 points for me on blue and 3 points if you're on green as well. So that is my meal plan and grocery haul for the week. If you are new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to y'all in my next video. I'm Kristi and I'm planning us healthy.